everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm joined with Teddy today. We're on a nice little dog walk. It's very hot today, the sun is shining. There's a bit of a breeze, but it's really hot, so hopefully the wind won't be too annoying in the microphone. Today we're doing some first impressions. I've got 3 fragrances from Stranger's Parfumerie. This is from Prin. You might know him from Prin Parfums, like fragrances like Turkish leather. He has a couple of new brands, this being one of them. I got to sit down with him and smell the whole collection, and there's some really good ones. I thought a lot of them were really nicely blended, and I picked 3 that were my kind of favourites. These 2 especially. Sangre Dulcis, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, and Salted Green Mango are my 2 favourites. The other one being Oliver, but there's more fragrances in the line that I think are really good too. We'll start off with Oliver. I read you the notes. It reads Mandarin, Mojito, Apricot and Cypress, Sea Salt and Quince, Ambergris, Magnolia, Bergamot and Tobacco. I've got some test strips with me and we'll give it a spray. This one's got a really lovely kind of fresh kind of opening. There is a giant black insect in front of me that looks very menacing. This one is kind of sparkly fresh. I can definitely get the vibe of the mojito, although I don't think you get mint, but you get the it kind of has almost like a fresh tonic, like I can imagine that kind of vibe, a fresh kind of summer cocktail. The fruits and citruses in the opening are lovely, apricot and mandarin, but it's very, very fresh. There is a kind of a sea saltiness about it too. And it's very, very pleasant. It's a spring, summertime fragrance. Like today is perfect. It smells unisex, and it's just a casual, easy to wear daytime summer fragrance. It's very nice. Kind of mojito vibes on a beach. You've got the sea salt kind of mist in the air with a kind of summery mojito cocktails and citruses. And that's what it gives to you. Very, very nice. I like it. That one's very nice. Summer in a bottle. Sticking with the summer theme, we have Salted Green Mango, which is another really good choice for today's weather, like sunshine, nice heat. This one is Bitter Orange with Rose and Pomelo, Chili and Lime, Star Gooseberry, Green Mango, Salt, Magnolia, Seaweed, Guava, Elm and Pineapple. Very, very uplifting, bright, kind of summertime. You definitely get a sea saltiness and a fruitiness. I think you get the pomelo. It's interesting, I like this one. You kind of get a mix of fruity kind of citrus notes with this kind of salty, slight edge of a seaweed note actually. There is something I can picture of seaweed, salty kind of water. It reminds me of aquamarine water, like beautiful sparkly blue water. Not kind of murky water, it's very kind of tropical water. But yeah, kind of a little bit of a seaweedy saltiness to it. Kind of a chewy kind of pomelo. It's a little bit textured in a way. Like it's a thick slice of pomelo, rather than being like overripe and juicy. It's kind of like a thick slice. This one again, completely unisex and summer in a bottle. I mean, it's a toss-up between Oliver and Salted Green Mango. They go in similar directions. They're definitely different. Similar kind of way you would use them basically. They're both summer, springtime, daytime, unisex, nicely blended fragrances. Quite simple. They're not hugely complex. They're quite minimalistic, simple and likable. There's nothing really to dislike. I would happily spritz that on a day like this. In comparison, going back to the Oliver, when I smell Oliver straight afterwards, after it's dried down a little bit, this one goes a little bit powdery soapy, like I imagine some like laundry detergent powder, kind of very clean. There is some kind of clean soapy kind of element to it, which is quite nice, very fresh, refreshing kind of clean smell. Whereas the salted green mango sticks with this kind of thick, kind of fruity saltiness. The last one we have is Sangre Dulcis, and this has rose water with maple and brown sugar, honey, cinnamon, benzoin, sangria, tobacco, blood orange, pomegranate, strawberry, ylang ylang, and civet. I have worn salted green mango 3 or 4 times since I got this, and it lasts a few hours. It's nice, and you get kind of wafts of it within kind of the first kind of 4 hours or so, 4 or 5 hours, and I enjoy wearing it. This one I've worn once, and this is really interesting. It gets a little bit funky. After half an hour you get the civet note coming through, just a hint of it, just in the background, and it just lets you know I'm a bit raunchy, I'm a bit dirty, and then it kind of goes away again. So there is this kind of a section that kind of plays with you a little bit. It's interesting, but the opening of this is great. It's quite sweet. Give it a spray. This has a really good opening. I've no idea what sangria smells like, so I don't have that as a reference. But what I get is kind of it's really hard to describe actually. It reminds me of the colour, I think the red colour that's on here. It kind of gives you that. There's like a warm, rosy, strawberry syrupiness to it. It's sweet. It's like the honey is mixing with strawberry and rose and whatever the brown sugar note is, and it gives you this sugary red kind of, almost like you can imagine it being a drink, like a kind of a red, fruity, sweet, tasty kind of summertime drink. It's very nice. I like it. It leans a little bit on the feminine because of the sweetness. You get I would say the spice is very subtle. There's only tiny hints of cinnamon. It's more about this kind of, the illusion of this red, fruity, syrupy, honey, sugar water kind of sweetness. It almost reminds me of, in a weird way, those cherry sweets, although it doesn't really smell of cherry. It's maybe a bad analogy. There's those gummy sweets that are shaped like cherries that you eat. There's something about it that reminds me a little bit of that. It's interesting. I like this one. I'm looking forward to reviewing this one. It's going to be interesting to describe. I would say it's unisex. Leans on the feminine maybe a little bit, but still unisex. And it's definitely, I think you could pull it off summer, spring and autumn. It's not too sweet that it would be annoying in the heat. I think you could pull it off. But it's a casual, fun fragrance. It's kind of happy smelling. It's a little cheeky, but I like it. It's good. There's a nice balance of this kind of red, kind of fruity sugariness that's going on. That just works really well. I like it. But like I say, as that one dries down a little bit, ooh, you get the civet. Just a nuance of it, but it's there and it kind of shows itself, and you're like, ooh, this is getting a bit raunchy. And I'm like, oh god, what have I done? And it kind of lasts about half an hour and then it fades away, it disappears, and the dry down kind of goes into, again, this kind of sugary redness that's very nice. Gets a little bit darker, but very cool. I'm going to spray on salted green mango right now because of this lovely weather, and I'm not actually wearing anything today. That's really good. It's not a hugely complex fragrance. I mean, it's a simple summer kind of salty, fruity kind of. You just close your eyes and you can imagine tropical beach, slices of fresh fruit, salty waves, sparkly blue water. I like it. Ted, what do you think? Do I smell good? Does it get your approval? It gets Ted's approval. I do like it. That's my first impressions. Those were my 3 favourites from the line, although there is some interesting ones. There's one called S&M Cafe, which mixes it mixes coffee and leather, and that one is crazy. It's a bit intense. It's bold. It's pretty bold. That one's cool. I think that's one of George's favourite from the Fragrance Apprentice. I think he wore that actually on the last night for the party that we went to. So that one is pretty strong. There is some interesting ones. I think it's a line that's worth checking out. Simple, well balanced, likable fragrances that, you know, worth checking out if you can find them. I think they're stocked in Bloom Parfumerie in London if you're in the UK. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time with another video. These are brand new sunglasses. I've never worn them before. I don't know if they suit me, so tell me what you think. If they look alright, I might keep them, I might not, I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll see you again next time. Bye everyone.